Welcome to the podcast. You're listening to Z-Picks by Joe.
All right. Here we are once again. As you can see, we're sort of on the deck at Vulcan Gas Company. Got a couple of guests with me today. Got Trice Humpert, one of my racing buddies, longtime friend. JP,
Yep.
who's one of our buddies that we met at Vulcan, one of the comedy crowd regulars. Trice, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm Trice Humpert. Been friends with Joe, probably 12 years now, Joe. We've been hanging out together, working on cars and racing.
Something like that, yeah.
Comedy for the last year and a half, 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And how about you, Jay?
I'm Jay Price. I go by GP. I've only met Joe in the past 3 months here in Austin, Texas. Just hanging around the comedy scene. A few of my roommates are comedians, and also door guys at the Vulcan. So they're kind of semi-regularly checking all the Death Squad shows and Kill Tony shows that I can.
So, Jay, have you been a long-time comedy fan in your life, or how did you get into the scene here locally in Austin?
Locally, Austin, I actually moved here for a job. So that was my main motivation to move to Austin. And then just having roommates that are comedians and trying to go out to all the shows. I'd been a fan of Kill Tony for a year or so. Back in like almost the start of the pandemic was my first live show back out in the Comedy Store in LA.
You actually saw it in LA at the Comedy Store?
Yep, that was my first live Kill Tony episode, I think like January 17th of 2019. Cool. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But during the pandemic, I hung around with a lot of different comedians on Discord and other social media platforms, just kind of to pass time while you're in lockdown. So that's how I kind of got into the comedy more.
That's actually kind of our story too, but I'll hold that for just a second because you're on kind of a roll here.
Yeah, just kind of ranting. But
kind of keep. No, you're going good, man. Just keep going with that.
But yeah, so during the pandemic, California, where I was in, kind of shut down. So there wasn't a lot of things to do after work except kind of come home and either play video games or hang out online and chat with other comedians and other people that were into Kill Tony. So I was a member of the Discord, and that's how I met my roommates who moved out here.
On a particular Discord channel?
Yeah, there's a Kill Discord or a Kill Tony Discord that a lot of people hang out in, and they watch the premiered episodes on Mondays. And there's a lot of people that are just commenting. I feel like the comments and the people that you interact with are better than the average YouTube commenters. So kind of just hung out with them. Yeah.
So you'd mentioned this to me before, and you also mentioned it again here. You live with some comedians.
Yeah.
Now, how is that for a non-comedian to live with comedians? How does that work?
It's interesting. Both of these guys, talking about Montfort Davis and Kelsey Hudgens, Yonder Wizard, they are both door guys at the Vulcan. I met them probably 2 years ago on Discord, just chatting, hanging out with, just watching past Kill Tony episodes and things like that. And then when I got a job opportunity out here in Austin, they were also trying to move out here to do comedy, to try to make it in the industry out here with a lot of opportunities. So we decided just to kind of, split it house, to get a nicer house with a few people. And it's been all right. It's kind of tough because they're always working at night, and I'm working during the day, so I come home and they're kind of gone. So I don't get to see them too often, except when I come out to shows, and on weekends we can hang out and watch football and stuff.
Now, when did Montfort move into town?
Yeah, he moved in earlier than actually I or Kelsey did.
I see.
He moved probably maybe a month or two before we came out here. So he was living with kind of in a hostel, a comedian hostel with a bunch of other people.
H-O-S-T-I-L-E or H-O-S-T-E-L?
H-O-S-T-E-L, I think. But yeah, he has some interesting stories about that. The life of living with like 8 or 9 people.
Oh my goodness.
And I think he was just ready to get out of there. So he was like, as soon as we get a house, please, I need to get out of here. But yeah, they're great guys. I got nothing bad to say about any of them. They're just hilarious. I love coming out and watching them come to shows.
So, yeah, you got a disparity, I would think, in your work hours because the comedy guys, I don't know what time they get in, but I'm sure it's quite in the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I can catch them because we're doing the VR thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm up kind of late too, and I can catch them then. But it's generally I don't see them on weekdays.
Yeah, we'll come back to the VR thing
Sure.
a little bit because I want to talk about VR because I know you're very much involved in
Yeah.
it. I just recently got involved in it, but we'll come back to that in a minute. I want to let Trice speak for just a minute because Jay kind of gave us a lead in there, his reference to the pandemic and boredom and something to do. I mean, what's our history on comedy, Trice? You got me into it, man.
Yeah, we were about to pull our hair out because we didn't have anything to do. We were used to going and doing stuff, and then all of a sudden, everything just shut down. And after a while, we were like, "We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here." And so we found Emilio was hosting that show over at the Creek and not Creek and Cave, the Cherrywood, and it was outside. And it was like, we can go have dinner, we can watch a show, we can do that when everything else is shut down. And started doing that every week. I think that was on Tuesday nights or something.
Yeah, it's Tuesdays.
Yeah, and then things started to open up, and then we started going to the Vulcan and seeing, some of the shows there. That was killed. Tony was still over at Antone's, and we couldn't get into that. I mean, it was totally sold
Is that
out.
place still open, Antone's?
I don't know. Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We never could get in over there. 'Cause
No,
we
never
got tickets.
could.
Did you ever go over there, Jay?
I didn't get a chance. That was before I moved here, but I've heard, questionable things about Antone's. I do know it was like a smaller venue too,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get tables.
Yeah, we tried, but because it was pandemic. I think the place only holds 80 at most. Well, with the pandemic, they were limiting,
Yeah.
the number of seats. So I don't know. It just never worked for us.
Yeah, and we could get into the Vulcan, and it was, saw some good shows. And then when Kill Tony started up there, we were able to get a table, and we've had a table every Monday night since then.
Yeah, I've been to every single Kill Tony show since they started at Vulcan.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Do you do Kill Tony that much?
So
Jay?
I try. There's a few times where I have to go fly back for holidays and stuff like that, or if I'm at work, sometimes something happens on a Monday and I have to miss it. But any chance that I get, I definitely make it out of the Kill Tony. I think that's probably the best Monday night activity in Austin of everything.
Well, I
not
would
just
have to
comedy.
agree with you on that, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're ever in Austin for a Monday night, it's definitely the place to be.
Yep.
So, you want to talk about VR a little bit?
Yeah.
Kind of branch off into that?
Yeah.
I know you're not into it, Trice. We haven't suckered you into that yet.
That's all right. You guys will probably pull me in at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure it's for everybody, but
No.
And I have to admit, Jay, I've never been a big gamer.
Yeah.
I'm quite a bit older than you, obviously. I did all my gaming back in the early 2D gaming days, back like
Atari
Duke
or
Nukem.
yeah.
You remember?
NES.
Did you ever play Duke Nukem?
I played a little bit, but that was like after 5 years after it was released.
That must
Yeah.
have been in the I was still living in Cleveland at the time, so that would have been in the late 80s, I think. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly, probably early 90s, because I
Yeah.
moved here in 94, 95, so.
Yeah, the first. Yeah.
Joe, do you remember that game? Gosh, it was probably in the 80s. Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh yeah.
Remember that one?
Vaguely.
My neighbor had that
Vaguely.
game. Yeah.
And then there was some period of time, not that awful long ago, I had a PlayStation, had Grand Theft Auto. I played that a little bit. I like that game.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was that one pushes the limits.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I think it's one of the first few like sandbox games where you could just kind of go all over the map and go anywhere and kind of do things, and that was a big attraction to that. That was a Grand Theft Auto. The entire series is great. But yeah, going back to the VR thing.
Yeah.
I had done it like maybe a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. We started hanging out with Red Band. Of course, he's the host of the Kill Tony. Started doing virtual reality exactly the same amount of time where the pandemic was happening, and he couldn't go out and go to the Comedy Store every night. So instead, he would just kind of hang out with us on VR and just kind of see what it was all about. So I got kind of interested in doing a lot of the VR chat stuff through that. And of course, now the new hot thing is, the Facebook's Meta, or metaverse, that they're trying to sell a lot of NFT properties and all sorts of crazy stuff in virtual reality. So I think it's just in the very beginning stage, kind of as a baby, just learning to walk or crawl, as far as all the technology for VR stuff goes. But you see a lot of advances in like games types, different things that people do for like demos and VR chat and a lot of other things. So it's been an interesting experience for the past couple of years.
I saw somewhere people are doing, I think Microsoft has a facility that allows you to do like a Zoom-like meeting in VR.
Yeah.
They've got some app for that. Have you seen anything about that, Trice?
I haven't, but I'm interested.
Huh?
I'm definitely interested in doing that because that's we're all remote now, and it's every meeting is in Zoom or Teams, and
Yeah.
so anything you can do to spice it up a little bit would be great.
I think as the technology of the headsets improve, I noticed Panasonic just announced a new type of headset at CES, which is looks more like a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Much smaller than the traditional bulky Oculus Rift type headsets like that. When you got it on your head, you know it's on your head. What do you have for a headset, by the way?
So I've got an Index. I just bought an Index, Valve Index. So that was like the higher end kind of headset. I was trying to hold off to see if they would release a new one or if Apple would come out with theirs. But it's been a slow process. For the past, I've used the Oculus Rift S. It's had a few hardware issues. This was before Facebook went and bought them out. So they were still just Oculus. But it was okay for what it was. I paid, I think, like $350, and I'm sure that cost has come down a lot now.
Is that the same headset that Red Band uses? He's got a real high end.
Yeah, he's got the Index, I believe.
He's got an Index.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that. Now, Mark has the HP, I think,
Yeah.
which is kind of a mid-range. The Oculus being, the Quest 2 being on kind of the low end of the totem pole as far as what's out there right now, although $300, I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah, but it's also kind of the same cost as like a console, like a video game console, and then you still have to have the PC or something.
Well, actually, you don't.
With the newer
the
ones.
Quest 2.
Yeah, you're right. With the Quest 2,
Quest 2 is totally standalone.
Yeah, some of the newer ones you definitely don't. Yeah.
Although I use this one currently tethered for a couple of different reasons. Actually, it doesn't use the battery when it's tethered. So you can be on. Otherwise, when you're on battery, you're limited to maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, although I don't know if I could take much more than that.
That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a governor.
How much can you take, by the way?
I think the longest session I did was 5 hours.
Oh, my
God.
God.
It was a long night.
Was that a Red Band?
Yeah, that was a virtual Red Band episode. But for the most part, like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, and it's just too much. It's like you get a little, like, I don't know, it's very hot. It's a piece of device over your head. It's just two giant screens that produce a lot of heat. So
I notice I have sweat rolling down my
yeah,
forehead.
yeah.
When I put it on, I had it on for a little while. I'll feel something cold, and it's like, oh, that's sweat.
Yeah. I don't ever remember sweating from my forehead as much, for sure.
I wonder what the power dissipation of an Oculus is, or any of the headsets.
Yeah, you're right.
'Cause your brain, I think your brain generates about 10 watts of heat inside your head.
Yeah.
So you're probably putting another 10 watts on the outside
more,
of your head,
yeah.
or maybe more. I don't
Yeah.
know. So you got into virtual Red Band like last fall. Is that when he started doing it? Is like last fall?
Basically back during the pandemic when they first shut down. I think it was 2019 of March.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay,
He had been doing it for a while. So I think I've been doing it for maybe a year and a half.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
so how has that evolved? Do you see that as far as the number of people, the topical areas, or how do you see the evolution of that?
Yeah, I think it was
having gone down.
It was really good in the beginning because it was just kind of him figuring things out. And now that it's kind of evolved more, he has guests on a lot of times too. So that's a lot of fun, just having different people. It's gotten a lot more views on his YouTube channel when you're pulling it up now. Yeah. So he's doing well with it. He really enjoys it. I don't think he's trying to do it for any type of monetary purpose or have it be successful. He just wants to hang out with a lot of us. and different people from all around the world just kind of come and hang out like a chat room. So,
Yeah, this is the other night when we were on there.
K-pop band in this movie.
You look like a
There's a
K-pop
little
band. I don't know if
waterfall
you've seen yourself.
You
as
can't
a
really see the waterfall.
See if I got the audio turned off on that.
Where is my lighter?
Yeah, people
Toe!
can choose their own avatars. I'm
Can you
that
give me a
space
lighter?
suit
Oh, never mind. I
Avatar,
found it.
kind of
It's
the
in my
right
crotch.
there. It's like a SpaceX suit that I found that I liked.
Oh yeah, we're
I
getting
found
audio
it.
from
Why don't you
but
join
we
us?
Can't hear it because it's
Yeah,
being mixed into the video, but it doesn't reflect back into the audio.
Yeah, we're smoking right now.
but yeah,
Smoking
it's a lot of
time.
fun.
Smoking
It's,
time.
you meet a lot of
Smoking time.
interesting,
Oh,
fun
yeah.
people from all
Smoking
around the
green
world.
tea.
That come and hang out. The time frame doesn't really work with a lot. of
Smoking
people.
green
Some people
tea
are
like the
up in the
Asians
morning
do in
if you're in Australia, like our friend Kay. But generally, it's a good crowd.
Do you think they smoke green tea
Come
in
to
like
VR chat.
China?
That's your avatar back there in
Incom?
the distance. Right?
Yeah, the little space suit. Yeah,
Yeah.
SpaceX suit. Yeah.
There's Mark
Yeah.
over to the
Oh, I'm
left.
sure they
That
do.
would probably be like a fatal offense.
Be healthy.
And
I'm
Weband's
sure
always
they
windy.
do.
Is always
Always the
windy.
windy. Yeah.
God damn son of a bitch! When I switch to
I
a
like the story
when I
that he
switch
has
to a
behind
pipe,
the
it's
window.
so much
I'll
more
have to
harsh,
hear that one.
Yeah.
harsher.
Yeah, what happened to your bong, bro?
I gave up. I gave up. I'm just tired of it,
That was me. They're
dude.
talking
Pipes are
about.
better.
Yeah.
I think that's me.
Joints are better. Like
Good seeing you in there. No, we have some like,
yeah.
technical difficulties.
No, I'm sure if I
A lot of
clean it,
times
it's fine.
everybody
But you
does.
know
I
what?
had a lot of issues
I
with
just,
my
you know
mics,
what's easier?
with the VR headsets and
A
stuff.
joint,
But
a
it's fun
pipe.
hanging out with different
Not
people
cleaning it,
from
yeah. I mean, I
different
have,
walks of
yeah. I
life,
just got to put it in the
different
dishwasher.
jobs.
Janice,
It's
I
always
think I
fun
gave you
hanging
one
out with
part.
Dan, doing like
Oh, you put it in the
open mic
dishwasher.
kind of
Is it
thing,
clean now?
Watching other people.
me see.
would
No, I
sometimes
got-
they would try
sold
bits,
off.
Let me
write new material inside VR chat when we was
Stunk up out
talking about
dishwasher.
different topics.
All right, no.
it's a
Oh,
lot
it
of fun.
stunk up your dishwasher.
Yes, it did.
Oh, it
Oh,
did.
that's British John.
It stunk up our dishwasher.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think that's British John.
Damn. Yeah, don't put your. Oh yeah, they advertise it like just put it in the dishwasher. Yeah. If you want to ruin your dishwasher.
Oh, your whole dishwasher.
Yeah. Oh my. Why does your plate smell like Jerry Garcia right
A lot
now?
of fun.
Like.
It's always fun to go out to see comedy shows around town too,
Yeah,
and then
I
come
thought
home
of you
and be
today
able to
'cause
come and
I
jump in this.
Was
and
masturbating?
hang out with different
Spy,
people
I
and
bought-
talk about.
No, I was going to say that.
Speaking of that,
Shut up, okay.
Mark on the phone here.
It's called Tempest Legacy. It's an arcade one-up.
Oh, I
It's
love
on sale
Tempest.
right now at Nordstrom's.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the Discord, the link.
Yeah, I
I
know-
don't know
oh,
why
I-
I bought it, but I bought it.
You bought it?
Hey, Joe.
I mean, it's
Oh,
you're
what's
talking about the
going on, man?
one-up
Yeah.
Tempest.
Nothing much. I was just actually watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
great.
It's a good
on
price
YouTube.
right now.
What does that look like?
How much was it?
$269.
Oh my god, that's
It was
really good,
The,
actually.
I'll put it in the Discord.
Oh no, I already know about it. I already actually.
when
I'm
you
a
put,
nerd. I
Red
already know
Band's
about
thing
that.
on right now. I was
Blueberry.
getting that. It was really
okay.
loud. It was kind of,
I follow
Hey, what's up,
shopping
Jeff? What's up?
websites that tell you
Good,
when
man.
nerdy shit's on
I got
sale,
my thing here.
Yeah,
like Ben's
JP's
bargains
on
and
Z-Pix by Joe.
shit like that.
Thank you, Mark.
But
You can always count on your voice acting.
Tempest is great, and the it comes with
Is
good
Red
games.
Band
Also,
still
the
up?
one up.
We can't hear their
Forget what games
audio.
it comes
you
up with a
can't.
few
Yeah,
games
so it was.
on
It was.
there. But
pretty
there's
loud.
a
It
few of
was
those
over on
one-ups that
opposite,
I highly recommend. Like I
yeah, you guys
love
talk.
Tron.
So I could
and
barely
just
hear you
getting
guys.
that
And,
Tron and owning
Red
a
Band
Tron
stuff was
or
really loud.
owning a
How about
sit-down
right now?
Star Wars. I mean, that makes me
well, I'm on
like
the
as a
phone right now,
kid,
so I
like my
can't.
Okay, you can't
I'd
really
have to.
say.
Yeah,
kid in me.
I'd have to be like
ma-
post.
like
We'll look at
cry
that.
almost. Like,
There you
wait,
go.
I
And,
have
I got a way
sit-down
I can
Star
see
Wars.
it here, but I'll have to.
Like it makes
There's Red
me
Band,
cry.
Windy,
I have Tron.
talking directly to people.
Bear in mind, what you
What's
see
next?
is
Like, what's next?
There it
Dragon's
is.
Lair? And there's another one. They have Dragon's Lair. I haven't got it yet.
Oh, Trice.
because it's like,
I met
can't-
your buddy there on the
can't do
Doobie
this
deck.
to me.
Yes.
I think that was the day that I went with Jay. He had brought a friend of his to the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Before the Kill Tony show. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just out there hanging out. saying hi. It was really nice. It's a good show.
If you don't have one yet,
Yeah, I wasn't sure how that was going to work. Well, I don't have a headset on, so you can't tell. I'm going to eventually put my headset on and actually do some VR
Cool
myself.
things, yeah.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear my audio. You should be able to hear the voices and the world audio. I don't think the output from the Oculus app puts the audio from the person that's speaking, or me, whoever's wearing the Oculus. I don't think it puts that audio on the audio stream. I think it only puts the world and voices and avatar audio on the stream, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I have not tried this. This is an absolute test here of what we're doing, but the live stream and also what I'm doing here
Yeah, the VR.
with
That's
the
it.
VR playback
Yeah, but that was before,
from Brian Redband, and I want to give him credit for this. This is Brian Redband's show on YouTube, a recorded session, and we're restreaming that, just a brief portion of it, particularly the VR part
That
of
was
it,
after
not the
Ghost in
portion
the
where
Curtain.
he's speaking.
3 Men and a Baby.
So,
Was
so what are you
one of the
thinking,
first
Mark? What
things
shows you
as
going
a
to do this
child
week?
that scared the living Jesus out of
I'm
me.
going to try to. You were saying tomorrow.
I'm gonna
I
be
was
a
going to
big
go
Boy
if you
Scout.
and,
I'm gonna,
and Jay were going to go to
whatever.
what's the name of that show?
The Plump Fiction
Plump
show.
Fiction.
yeah.
Yeah,
Plum Fiction, yeah.
Yeah, Nick's putting it on. It's gonna be a
yeah,
good show.
Door Guys at Vulcan are putting on that show tomorrow evening at 8:30 for anybody that's interested. I think Nick Reese is the host for that. I think Monfort's going to be on it. Scott Wharton.
In my whole entire
Yonder
life
Wizard
that
told me he
I
was going to
ever
be on
believed
it.
in ghosts.
You know anybody else that's going to be on it? I forgot to look at the
Yeah,
what it
there's a
said on
full-
the flyer.
Yeah, there's a full lineup there tonight or tomorrow night. So that should be a great show.
It should be a little warmer tomorrow
Yep.
also.
Yeah, and hopefully they keep putting it on. Sunday nights is kind of a good time to do it. It's not super packed, but you still get some good comedy in.
Movie Ghost, 'cause we're not talking about the movie.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
there's like 8 guys going to be on it, something like that.
What was that, Trice?
I think there's like
yeah,
8
way
guys,
after, yeah.
if I remember right, looking at the
8 guys are
ad.
on the flyer.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at it, I guess, sometime tomorrow when I'm thinking about going over there. I'm going to go take pictures, of course. Those door guys like.
Oh yeah, more headshots
Oh, I
and
got an ad here.
pictures on
That's
stage.
not our ad, so I think I want to get rid of that.
Yeah,
ad.
It's Google
too bad.
Fiber.
Yeah, ads are bad.
They're getting everywhere now
I
on
don't, think
podcast.
I don't think we need the ad, especially somebody else's ad. They aren't paying me anything.
Yeah. If you're going to have an ad, you better get paid.
Trice, I noticed, by the way, I was looking back, speaking of ads, and this is outside the topic we're talking about right now. I was looking back at some of our race videos that are posted on YouTube and my other channel, my
Yeah.
personal channel, and I noticed that they've got ads on them now.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know exactly how that works because I don't have enough views or subscribers to be on YouTube's monetization program. You have to have 1,000 subscribers to be on the monetization. But I noticed they're putting ads on our channel, or my channel.
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. I've seen them do it on some of the videos that we've posted up there before.
Possibly because they're getting they're not getting a whole lot of views because it's so niche and specialized, but
Yeah.
perhaps enough views that
Dude, I
at
think
some point
Kay
they start
is not
giving you
waking up. I
putting
think he
ads
just
on your
hasn't
channel.
gone to sleep.
I guess they got to get something out of it.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I've been using YouTube for a very long time, and I don't pay them anything. You know,
Yeah.
so more power to them if they can make something off that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I look at it.
I have noticed there's been a lot more ads on anything on YouTube. There's more ads now these days.
Oh my goodness!
Seems
yeah.
like it's getting worse. And those ones that stick and you've got to close them to get them off, man, they're annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hate that.
I pay like $19 a month or something like that for premium.
Oh, Mark, you're still on there. I forgot about you, man. I let you out in the weeds.
I'm sorry. I'll hang up if you want. I just want to let you guys know the audio on my end is really good.
It is.
Hearing it sounds like we're on the radio. Whatever you're using for
Well,
the phone call.
what do you mean on the radio? Like what kind of a radio?
Like he's
Well,
calling.
it sounds
in.
like, yeah, like I'm calling in. I feel like I'm in a radio station. Like I'm hearing
Oh,
Trice and Jay perfectly.
like a call, like somebody would call into the radio station.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the fidelity of the audio channel on the cell phone. That's only about 3 or 4 kilohertz, so you don't get a whole lot of fidelity out of a phone audio channel.
Yeah.
So,
True.
all right. So also we were talking about comedy shows. Plump Fiction tomorrow. You think you'll do Secret Show Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday for sure. I'm gonna try tomorrow, depending on the time. It's good. I think you said it was 8:30. So
8. I thought it said 8.
8 or 8 o'clock.
I thought that's what it said.
Yeah, I'll try. 8, yeah. Yeah, I'll try to hop over there and say hi and support everybody, and then the Secret Show Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I had this little black and white TV.
That's my favorite show, just because it's everybody gets to intermingle and talk and outside.
And it's good seeing all the other comedians from out of town too.
It is. It's really
See a lot
cool.
of different, very diverse.
Well, you see in the live video, we're sitting there on the deck of Vulcan, right? We're up on the deck.
Oh yeah,
That's where we've all met.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know how much latency there is in the video, the live video. Probably 20 seconds, I would guess. 20 to 30 seconds seems to be about
Yeah,
typical.
probably.
As they've got to ingest it and convert it to HTML5 before you can see it. So there's a certain amount of processing. Plus, no telling where that signal is, or that digital stream is going when it leaves my house before it gets through Google Fiber and ultimately gets through YouTube servers, wherever those might be. Start thinking about the technical aspects of it. It's like there's a lot of stuff going on. There are a lot of bits running around.
Yeah.
You couldn't do this a few years ago, guys. I mean, it wasn't
Nope.
possible. Although we've been streaming video from our race car, coming back to the race car video, we've been streaming from the race car. We were probably one of the first teams in amateur racing that actually had live video from the race car.
Wow. Yeah.
Real
time.
Rick Sosa is one of my drivers, also a very senior software developer, and I developed that system that we use to this day.
Oh, wow.
In fact, we'll show some videos from the race
Yeah,
car here.
and they built it. It's a Raspberry Pi,
Yeah.
and it's got a battery pack hooked to it, and we plug it into the 12 volt, and yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
It's really good quality too.
Yeah.
All right, so Mark,
Yeah.
you got anything more you want to add, man? Otherwise, I think I'm going to let you go.
All right. Yeah. No, I just want to say, hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you all soon.
Well, I appreciate you taking the call and chatting with us a little bit, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Hold on a
Appreciate it, man.
second.
I don't know, Joe. That sounds retarded. I don't know, Joe. That sounds retarded. I don't know, Joe.
Oh my God.
That sounds retarded.
Mark, why do you keep saying that, man? I mean, you're not even
saying
here.
It's not me.
You're not even here. You're saying it. Where is that coming from? You got phantom voices going on here or something, man.
There's a ghost in your house, Joe.
I guess maybe you're sitting over here somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even here. It's all in your head.
That's a pretty good. It's all in your head. Yeah, it's like I told Mark the other night when he was over here, and let me digress on that just a little bit. Mark made me some video or audio clips. You know, he's a professional voiceover actor, and he made me some clips, and I extracted those and loaded them in the pod track. He didn't know I'd done that too. He was over here the other night, and I started playing some of that stuff, and he's like, he was laughing about the same way he was here on the phone, and I said, Mark, I've replaced you, man. I don't have to have you over here anymore. I got you right here in the box. You've been replaced by a machine. Not really. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
All right.
Take care, man.
All right. I'll see you guys.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. And Basil's trying to get in the podcast. It's like man, he was bad when Scott was over here the other day. Scott Wharton was here last Saturday, and we did about a 40-minute 40-minute podcast. And right at the end of it, Scott had a alarm set in his phone, and that alarm went off. And I think Basil was asleep, and it woke him up.
And after that, it was just
That was real bad after he woke up. It's like he was whimpering like he's doing right now.
Just looking over the fence, begging.
Looking over the fence, begging.
Let me in. I want to be part of it.
I can't figure out how to integrate him into a podcast. He can't say much. You know?
No,
It
he
does
gets a
make
little
noise.
wound up too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all this excitement. I'm gonna mute just a second and make him hush. Basil, hush. Oops.
No, she's super religious, but religious people still need to get fucking dick. I mean, I don't know who you're talking about. Like, have you ever met a
I don't know if it'll help any, but
religious person?
maybe.
Not a fucking dick slap?
All right, so, okay, I was gonna say, I'm gonna do something else here, Jay. I wanna come back to the VR thing while we're on a kind of a roll.
Asian Christians, absolutely.
And by the way, I want to do this VR thing. We'll wrap up this first little session. Anybody that's watching, we're going to take a little break in here, but I'll leave the live stream running, although there won't be anything on it. Let that run. We're probably going to take a break for 10 or 15 minutes. We're going to come back. We're going to do another segment. We're going to get into auto racing's play that Trice and I have done over the years. Some experience that Jay has, which I didn't really know about, which is quite interesting. And then the third segment, we'll take another break. The third segment, we're going to come back and talk a little bit about Jay's work for you, the people that do not know. Jay's a development engineer, program manager, project manager.
Yeah, it used to be project engineer, application engineer.
Okay, at Tesla, and he is part of the team that's starting up that factory and doing various kinds of automation and integration in that factory.
Yeah.
So he's got some interesting video and some discussion on that topic. So anyway, let's go back to VR a minute. I'm gonna. This is gonna be. I don't know how well this is gonna work. So
Try it again.
we're just gonna try it and see how it goes. I'm gonna move us up into the corner. I'm gonna take us out, and I'm gonna put the VR.
Okay.
And I gotta take off
Yeah, your
headphones
And then I used to always be like,
and
the worlds.
put on the Oculus.
So we could say whatever we want about Joe, and he couldn't
You
hear
can
us
say,
now, right?
well, I'm not completely deaf.
No.
I'd probably say it's worth
Joe looks like he's in his home world here.
maybe
All right, so
4 times in my life. I would say
I'm in my home world, and
literally
what's going
3 out
on?
of those 4 times I did everything I
Yeah.
would say. Wait 10 minutes, and then like just cough a little, move your little dick a little while you're soaking.
One of the things I've always found pretty impressive with VR headsets too is the cameras in the headsets being able to track the controllers.
I don't know. I got something weird going on here
Yeah.
today.
Doesn't seem like it's loading any of your worlds there.
I'm gonna have to reset it. I think
I got tested, but I'll go.
that did not do what I expected it to do.
Yeah, it usually brings up a list of worlds you've been to recently.
Let's see here. I want to go back to my home world. Your login is
Maybe
that's the
what it
problem.
was.
That was the problem. My login was expired, I think.
And for some
Fail to
people,
authenticate. Come on, man.
the servers, oh no, VR chat. And for people who don't know, VR chat's actually a free game, free to play. You don't need a
Why does
headset.
it want me to log in? I don't like that.
You want to like cover it up.
Oops.
But it's free, even if you don't have a headset. If you have a PC, you can use Steam or any other kind of, or download directly through VR Chat's website to get the game and play. It's very much like just an open chat room with avatars, and different people create different content for it, make new worlds.
When you're soaking, the girls can't realize the movement of that. Changes their mind, except one girl.
You're showing everybody your,
Your
password,
password
Joe.
now.
Didn't like soaking.
You'll have to change that.
There's one girl that
To edit that one out.
didn't work on her. Like she had like a dead.
Well, it's live streaming.
Yeah, the live stream part.
I don't know what happened.
A few people
I tried
could.
all
There we
the
go. I
classic
can't remember.
moves, and she didn't flinch. But I think the next day when I left,
I'm not sure why it logged me out, Jay. I've never really had to do that.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, the servers might have had some issues.
I bet she was like she
for being a free game, it's going to have some issues.
How do you not show Indian motion?
Never made me do that before.
Anyway, soaking. That's like something I've been doing since I was.
Maybe because I let it sit there so long.
Yeah. Maybe went into like a sleep mode.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Let me get some ice. I'll be right back. By the way, Toe. Come here for a second. Have I ever soaked with you?
That's not going to be right.
Have I ever soaked with you? Like when we first started dating? No, seriously. Like when we first started dating, did I do the soaking game on you?
Uh,
I liked what you were saying, though. You were giving some good chatter in there, man.
Yeah, there was
While I'm
just
screwing around
letting
here.
people know that if they ever want to try out VR chat, even though they don't have a
What
headset,
is wrong with you?
they can get the game and try it out on PC. Just going to use a mouse and keyboard to move around. It's not as fun, not having like full motion or 3D stuff, but you can still get in and chat with people.
Yeah.
I miss the soaking days.
You missed the
Making me
soaking
dizzy.
day?
Yeah, looking back and forth this way. A lot of people do have motion sickness from VR chat. That happens a lot. Some people can barely play 30 minutes before they're like, I need to take this off. I'm getting dizzy. And hopefully as the technology improves, it can fix a lot of those issues for people. Because it does kind of have this a little blur.
Yeah.
Skates, or do you want them, to be Nikes? You're running up that pussy.
And I think eventually a lot of the same technologies using virtual reality will probably be applied to augmented reality for people wearing like,
All right.
Only use a teeny bit, like a
goggles and stuff as they walk around. They get like HUD in their eyes.
hand up, like you're
Heads
like,
up display.
Like cooking something, you do that little hand like.
Now that everybody in the world knows my password, I guess I have to change it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
one
like-
I really like
Oh,
here.
yeah. Oh, the flight. Yeah.
What's this shim? Wait, what?
I love this.
Wait, what's this shim? All right, I gotta get some.
I'm only going to do this for a moment.
Yeah. I'm showing people that.
What does that look like?
Still looks
I
good.
can't see. I'm not looking at the screen.
Right now, the
so-
screen's
Yeah,
just
it's
black.
just black right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's initializing the world, so probably nothing there right now.
Yeah.
That can't take too long.
There it goes.
Yeah, there you
Now we
are.
see it. Yep. Yeah, this is a whole VR chat world with airplanes that somebody's developed that you can actually fly them around, fire guns and stuff. They got helicopters. A lot of people have started making small games for just even a free platform like VR chat for people to go in and play games and do different things.
This world is usually pretty well populated.
Yeah.
And I did not launch a private instance of it.
No, yeah, there's another guy you can see way out there.
Usually there's quite a few people in here, but they're not today
Was your no phone?
for whatever reasons. But this is the one I was telling you, Jay. This
Yeah.
plane over here.
Oh, the fighter jet looking plane.
Some guys already got it.
Yeah.
Let's see how
One
well he
guy's in
does
there.
with it.
Go beat him up and take it away from him.
He's probably going to
It
crash.
not started out very well, so
Yeah, he's probably going to crash it. Let's see.
let's see.
He's not going
That's
towards
not
the
going
ramp.
well at all.
He's turning
That's
it back
going
around.
very poorly.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe he figured it
Drop
out.
the wheel.
Some launch system.
that's not where you launch
No.
that plane. Oh, he
Okay,
did, though.
He doesn't got it, though.
Oh, he used the catapult.
Yeah.
Oh, whoever that is, they know what they're doing.
We were the wrong ones.
Well, dang.
Yeah, he's flying around now.
He's doing pretty good. He's doing a lot better than I would do.
Is it seconds to crash? Is that how you measure it?
Yeah.
How long you can
much.
keep it in the air before
That
you
guy
crash?
knows what he's doing, man. That's
Yeah.
extraordinary. clearly done it before.
I'm trying to fly this big plane, Joe.
Yeah, we'll go over the
Or that
B-52.
other
This
one
is
over there.
ridiculous, flying a frickin'
Oh, yeah.
B-52, man.
In a VR game, yep.
In a VR game, this is beyond ridiculous.
They have those Microsoft Flight Simulator, too, that have started integrating VR headsets in. I know a lot of people spend a lot of time and money on a nice flight simulator setup. We got all sorts of different utilities there. Set your cruise and shoot flares off. And there goes Joe. Taking this thing off. Big bird.
This thing flies so freaking
Yeah.
slowly to respond to what you're doing. It's really kind of an irritant.
Yeah.
You can see I'm moving the
Big
control
plane.
quite a bit,
Yeah. It's not moving
and not
much.
too much happens.
I think you have your gear down and your flaps down too. I've forgotten how to turn those off. Yeah. There you go. All right, there it goes.
I don't think that makes much difference
It might
in the
not,
dynamics of the
This
plane.
big plane, yeah.
I haven't been able to determine that it does.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one thing about VR chat. The physics engine isn't quite there yet for a lot of the stuff.
I mean, this
people
is
develop.
not a very accurate simulation.
No.
This is not.
I think we're
this
Upside
is
down
not
now.
good.
Yeah.
I don't
This
think a
can't be
B-52
good.
is designed
barrel
to
roll?
fly
Yeah.
inverted.
Let's do a little barrel roll.
There's another plane up ahead of you somewhere, it looks like.
But I am flying inverted though.
Yeah.
It's
There we go.
Cruising
yeah,
at
there you go.
2,800 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
28,000 feet.
I don't think they designed it to fly like that. This
No,
is
it
not-
doesn't.
See,
They're
this is,
going
They're
around
installed
again.
now.
this is the problem.
That's what we'd all be doing in the back right now.
Be sick.
I wonder what that would be to be a passenger,
Yeah.
because you can be a passenger when you're flying VR.
Yeah.
I'd want a parachute.
Yeah.
This is not
Jumping
good,
out.
man. See,
Stall,
this thing
stall,
is so
stall.
easy to
No.
stall. You have to keep the speed up and keep that stick down, man.
Well, yeah, but you don't know which way's down because you're
Yeah,
just barrel
we
rolling
just
all
see
the
the
time.
sun.
You don't know if you're going up, down, sideways.
Yeah, I'm actually out of control.
I didn't notice.
But yeah, it's pretty wild what people have been able to make as far as world wise and
Surprisingly,
yeah, people put a lot of time and thought into making some of these worlds.
this is going to end. Oh, I'm not stalled anymore.
No, but
You're
it's going
about
to end
crashed,
poorly,
yeah.
I'm sure. Just got a sense.
The problem is, when it gets in this condition, you don't have any control.
Or correct it.
All you can do is dive and hope that it.
There's the ground.
Yeah, there's something.
There
You can at
we
least
go.
see something for reference. Whoa! Whoa! We're barrel
do a
rolling
barrel
again.
roll.
This is
Okay.
not. This is not good, guys.
It is not going to end well.
Oh, they never do.
Okay, stop the barrel roll.
Now you're upside down.
Yep, got plenty of altitude.
See, you get some control back. When
Okay.
it's stalled, you don't have any control
No.
whatsoever.
No, 'cause yeah, control surfaces aren't getting in the air.
See, I actually got it back.
Yeah,
Okay, now you need to go down. You're climbing. Nope, now you're rolling again.
I don't think a B-52 is designed to do that,
The
man.
wings would be long gone. You're getting lower to the
I see
ground, I
that.
think, too.
there you go.
That fighter is much easier to fly because A, it's harder to stall,
Yeah,
and B,
more responsive.
it's more responsive. 'Cause this thing, man, it just really, you really struggle
Oh.
Oh, so
You need to spend some time with Gersh and let him teach you how to fly that thing. Then you'll be all
I
right.
think I'm just going to let it auger in. I'm going to let this auger in.
Yeah, well, it's nice knowing you guys. You're about to fall out of the sky because it's been stalling for quite some time. In a minute, it's going to drop like a rock.
No, 100%. I agree.
I'm not sure where I am, guys.
You're doing loops.
I think it goes off in the weeds, quite honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, the physics aren't
I
there.
don't think it's computing properly at this stage.
No.
Whatever's happening.
Yeah, go to bed. What the fuck?
'Cause none of the controls do
It wasn't a
anything.
joke. That's what I'm saying. It was definitely not a joke. He thought that was a great idea.
And it should have crashed.
Yeah. It should have been free falling.
Plus, Jay, what do you think that minus 24,000 means?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
I
good
have
question.
never
I've
been
looking
able
at
to
that.
figure that out.
Yeah. I know the boxed one is probably your altitude.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
what
if
is
it's
minus?
falling.
Maybe that's your maximum altitude or how many
What
feet
is
you have
minus
left.
20? I think this is your airspeed over here on the left.
Yeah.
That 292.
Yep. Yep.
By the way, this bidet I'm using.
You got your
is just
G's. I don't know what the
using,
M is.
Whenever water goes down my butt crack.
Let's see, that's none of that could be right. I don't know what a minus 18,000 is. Does that
Yeah.
mean you're underground?
Or some altitude thing.
Well, there's
Not
different
quite
levels
sure.
of bidets. Like the one thing that we still haven't
I
got.
see you got like
here
a camera view from maybe below the
in
plane.
Texas is
on
I
the
haven't
bottom down there
upgraded
between the
whether it's
two
to bidets, like
indicators. I
proper
don't know what
bidets,
that's for.
just
Maybe that's a
because
bomb
we don't
targeting.
have,
Maybe.
like all my bathrooms don't have electricity next
Oh
to
yeah,
them,
when you
so
put
I
it to
have to get
bomb, it
electrician
lights
to
up.
get it.
Please shoot the gun though
Guns.
still.
Yep.
Bigger
Yeah.
project than just getting a bidet.
Drop
Now I have
bombs.
bidets
Yeah,
that
you can
hook
drop
up
bombs.
to
See,
water pipe.
what's in the
Smoke.
heads-up display does not anything like
Proper bidet
reflect
where if it's
what
cold,
I'm seeing on the
when
heads-up
you sit down
display.
on the toilet seat,
Yeah.
It's already hot. And then
In
when you're
fact,
done, it's
I
just
think I'm
hot
just.
water.
Respawn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Getting a massage.
yeah.
like,
I think
Jitter.
that's into a
and then
bug.
there's like,
Oh yeah, here's this guy.
if you're a woman,
Try
you
that
have
one.
Let's go
Okay,
fly
Joe.
this guy for a
vagina
minute.
water. Like they have vagina water.
I
You
did
can
fairly
even
good with
direct
it
to,
the
like,
other day.
Point exactly at the clit. You could put how hard you want the water. Janice just didn't figure out how to use it, I guess. Because I'll sit
I
there
say
sometimes
fairly
for
good.
like 5 minutes and be like, "What am I doing?" I'll like wake up and be like, "Oh my god, I need to wake up." Well, yeah, but you know, if it's summer,
This thing is kind of fun. I gotta tell you.
You don't want a hot seat.
It'll go quick.
Maybe you want cold water on your asshole. And it's not like I heard Eric Griffin, his latest podcast or show or something.
So
like
you
that,
got
he,
this
like,
has got really
talked
good
about,
control.
Yeah.
Like bidets.
If you
how
notice
you still need to wipe.
how it's following,
Hey, why don't you guys go find a cave?
how the heads-up display is actually
Yeah,
following
well,
my
no,
hand
no,
motion
you
pretty
definitely
dang
always
well.
still need to
Yeah.
have like a last wipe or something because you got water on your asshole. But like Eric was like, yeah, the one I have
The
has
flaps
a
and
dryer
all that
also.
stuff taken care of.
But the problem
And see,
is,
if you don't do
it's a great
anything,
idea
it flies
until
straight
it's
and level
blowing
on its own
asshole
because I'm not
air
doing anything at all right now.
all over the bathroom.
However,
And you think you like asshole air? It's the worst. It's like a water
I'm gonna
bed.
go back where we
It
came
just
from.
smells like assholes all the time. It's horrible.
This
the
is
whole-
fun
it-
as
it,
shit
like,
here.
the
I'll
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you that.
Yeah. Anybody who would be very interested in Flight Simulator would love these worlds of VR chat.
Hey, have you guys found?
Have you ever been able to land it, Joe?
Who this?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Eventually, you're going to run out of gas.
But I am good at. There is where we came from.
Yep.
No, that's something else. That's
And it's like a quiet
no, that's
space.
something else.
It's
That's
a
some
quiet
other
space.
structure. Not sure what that is exactly. I
Oh
will
my
tell you,
God,
this is
that's a
fun as
great
shit for
idea.
me.
You can get my tits.
Joe's
Give
fully
me, like,
addicted.
like a
Pretty quick.
hotel room in my tits right now, and be like, "Hey, do you guys want to go to my tits? Do you guys want to take this conversation to my tits?" Yeah, and
Coming in
becoming
hot.
super mini and like going in vagina or boobs.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Like no one outside.
Nice.
Pull
got
up,
it.
pull up, pull up, pull up.
This is
Oh,
not
maybe
looking
not.
good.
Nope.
This is looking real bad. All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
I don't think there were any survivors.
What's that?
I don't think there were any survivors. I think we
I
all
don't
died
think
in
so,
that one.
Trice.
Yeah, nobody walked away.
Nobody walked away from that
That
one.
one.
All right,
Yeah. But yeah, that's what a little bit what
I gotta take off my stuff here.
chat's like.
Was that boring as all get out, or
Nah.
was it worth doing?
There's part of like clips.
Huh?
Like, we probably could have like clips
Yeah.
of just that
He's crying Garfield.
he had to do it. Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to.
He's got piercings.
I guess back to where we were.
Back on the deck.
Backdrop.
Yeah, let's
Oh yeah, all of a sudden we're back on the deck. I'm not flying a B-52 anymore. You know that when I first started doing that flight simulator or test pilot thing, that was very disorienting.
Yeah.
Like Lion King.
You get vertigo very quickly.
Especially
I
having
don't notice it. I
headset.
really don't notice it now.
No, okay.
I
And
don't
you said
think
better.
I could do it a real long time.
No.
I'm getting
get out
better
of
at doing it.
Yeah.
At least I got the plane off the ground. First time I was never able to get the plane off the ground.
Can't get it back, but got it in the air.
And got it in the air, yeah.
Yep.
So, do we want to say anything more about comedy, guys? Wrap up this first session. Anything else to be said there? Need to go beat the dog and see if I can get him to stop whining.
Yep.
Poor babe.
Just that the Austin's the new kind of hotspot for comedy. A lot of places like New York and LA are still kind of shut down. They're doing shows, but they're all smaller, groups of people and smaller turnout. But it seems like Texas so far has been, okay to kind of remain open for the most part for comedy shows. And there's been a ton of open mics all around Austin.
Are these guys paying you, Jay?
No, don't pay me. I have to pay them to come out of shows. No, but
Hey, you're the
it's
best
great.
spokesman they have, man.
Yeah, I really
I
like the
agree
Kill
with
Tony show because it's you never know what you're gonna get, right? It's every Monday is a totally different thing for the most
it
part,
is.
right? And so some of them are kind of they don't really get off the rails. They kind of do their thing and they just run the show, and then some of them like some recent ones just absolutely totally go off the rails. And when you're there, those are the fun shows. Those are the really crazy fun shows. The crowd just goes nuts, and it just literally goes off the rails and is a lot of fun. And it's different every Monday night. So you can go every Monday night and you'll never see the same show. Where if you go into a lot of the other shows, you're going to see the same comics, same thing at a lot of times. Especially if you're going 2 or 3 times a week. But with Kill Tony, it's always a different show.
Which I think is the good thing for us being local to Austin, is we can take in so many shows if we want to. The fact that Kill Tony is different every week
Yep.
and has typically very different people on it from week to week. You always, there's always something kind of new there, whereas if you go to the other shows, they're generally going to be Austin comedians that you may have seen before. Although I don't seem to really get tired of them.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that variety of the Kill Tony, though. I mean, I really do.
And a lot of the local comics are going to different shows and trying different material.
Yeah.
So it's always something a little different.
Yeah.
And there's a different mix of them also, depending on what venue they're in. Even if it's the same comics, they're usually a different mix out of that. What do you figure? There's probably 100 comedians here in Austin, something like that. I mean, there's probably a whole lot more wannabes and open micers, but actual practicing comedians, maybe not even 100.
Yeah, I think probably a little less, but it's up there. And for Kill Tony, it seems like it's only growing bigger. I've heard the sign-up sheet is almost 200 people now. It's wild.
Yeah, not all of those are comics.
Yeah, definitely not.
What's that now?
So not all of those are
The people that
comics.
sign up.
Yeah. The
Oh,
people
you
that
mean the
sign
bucket
up.
polls?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's been some shows where I think people saw their only way to get into the show was to be a bucket player. Because there have been a number of shows I can think of where people have gone on stage and they've never done any stand-up ever before, whatsoever. In fact, there was one just recently, and we can't talk about recent stuff, by the way, Trice Live.
Yep.
But I know there was one recently where some girl was pulled, and she did really good, especially on the interview part. She'd never been on stage in her life,
Yeah.
as far as I could tell.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's
And
an
then also
interesting
you
show.
got some people that show up there that have been doing stand-up for 10 years, and you look over at Tony and Red Band, and they're making some faces like maybe they don't really think they're doing all that well with their comedy.
Yeah.
That's funny too when you see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's the crowd plays a lot of it. I mean, that's the thing. Any show, you can have a good crowd or a bad crowd, and the crowd really makes a difference in a comedy show.
Yeah,
right?
there's
Are
a
they into it or are they not?
pretty regular crowd, I think, at Kill Tony,
Yeah.
more so than like Death Squad or some of the other shows.
Yeah, there's several people that have tables every Monday night that you see every Monday night, same table.
Yeah, Jason and his wife,
Yep.
I think they've been
Ashley.
there every single time.
Allison.
Jeff,
Allison.
I can't think of Jeff's last name. He's there all the time. And then a whole bunch more that I can't even think of right now.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot of familiar faces in the
Yeah.
audience. And like you said, the Death Squad secret shows on Thursday nights, those are kind of a mix of, a few people that come out to the shows a lot and then a lot of new people.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of new people.
Yeah, no, Red Band usually asks how many people this is their first show. And it's usually maybe half the people raise their hands. That's their first show. Which is good, And
It is, yeah.
people are exploring the comedy scene here in Austin, and they're finding it to be pretty damn good. I'm
Yeah.
not sure we're going to find any better, quite honestly.
I don't know, maybe when things open back up again, it might normalize other places, but for now, it seems like Austin is the hotspot of comedy. It's been known, I guess, for live music for a long time.
Yeah, but that's kind of dead, really.
Yeah, it's kind of
I don't
waned.
think Austin's in it. They say it is, but I don't think it is.
But it did help with all the venues.
Yeah.
There's so many venues that used to do live music that now can do comedy.
Yeah, you've got all those stages.
Yeah.
And you got people that want to go out and do something, get out of the house, get off the sofa, get out from behind the TV or whatever it is they do. And so that's another outlet, and it's not that expensive,
It really
Right
isn't.
down to it.
Yeah.
This is pretty legit, like dark.
All right, guys, why don't we call a little break here? We're going to come back with a second session and get into some of our car experience, auto racing, and that sort of thing. It'll take about a 10-minute break. I'm going to leave the live stream up, but we'll be back, so just hang loose on that. I'm going to stop the
Good job.
video, so I have a break in the video, so I'm going to fade us out.